So SNEAKO on his Rumble channel has actually reacted to Andrew Interesting Tate getting unbanned, and this is what he had to say. What do you guys think about the situation? So it's announced that there is an emergency meeting tomorrow, and I'm going to be posting that here on YouTube to you guys. So please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe.
Because women know that they can get away with this. Women know that they can go create a whole false narrative, that they can go accuse men of doing something that they never did and get away with it because we don't punish women for that. Because we always frame women as the victims, regardless. You've even seen it with this case. Two women came out and they said on camera, like, no, we weren't victims. And Tate said that you are brainwashed. You actually are a victim. You just don't realize it. They said, actually, we liked camming. They're like, yeah, this was great. Made a lot of money. I enjoyed it. Romania was cool. Everybody was fun. You're brainwashed. Because the same society that says that women are equal to men, that we should have feminist empowerment, is also saying that women are too weak to make decisions for themselves. They know they'll get away with it. They know they won't face jail time. And they know that men are always targeted. Men are guilty until proven innocent. People think that I'm needlessly yelling about it too much and that I'm too focused on feminism. And yes, there are bigger problems in the world. There's a lot more to talk about when it comes to the red pill and when it comes to the truth. But feminism affects us in day-to-day life more than anything, especially men. Men are victims of it more than we've ever been. And you've seen that after the Me Too movement. You've seen it when Trump ran for president. Men are especially masculine men, are constantly being attacked, and they're constantly trying to go at your character and bring you down because the truth is they just don't want you to be an independent man anymore. They need you to be crying. They need you to be talking about your feelings, changing your gender, yelling about Black Lives Matter, constantly controlled, involved in a lot of garbage, worshiping celebrities. They need you to be doing that because if they have the young men weak, fat, slow, sad, to all these things, if we have them like that, then we control the entire population. The women are easier to get, and they know that, because they're also saying women are brainwashed, even though they're saying the opposite. They know that women are easier to manipulate because you need an authoritarian figure in your life. You need a patriarchy. That's just the truth of it. So we spread these lies that the patriarchy is bad, and what ends up happening is that the man in the household suffers. The patriarchy really is all of society. So the men in the household suffer because women are like, I'm independent, I'm independent. And so if they're independent, they look to some sort of patriarchal figure, and that ends up being the government. That ends up being somebody on TV. That ends up being Dr. Fauci. That ends up being somebody else who's trying to go, yes, we got you. And they find some sort of authoritarian figure to tell them what to do and what not to do. Who do you think is programming these apps that they get all these ideas from? It's not a woman, it's a man. So the man in the household suffers. The average guy suffers. And then all the power, all the patriarchal authoritarian power goes to somebody on an island. Goes to some dude doing satanic rituals. They are now the patriarchal figure, while the feminist believes that she's independent and that she's fighting against society. Instead, all she's doing is making guys like us suffer. But look what happens. People who are actually guilty of sex trafficking, Cardi B, she gets a McDonald's deal. She gets all the mainstream press. She gets invited to the White House. She gets to get her own Happy Meal. She gets her face on it. She gets mainstream coverage, commercials. She gets celebrated. They clap up her music, wet ass pussy, former prostitute. Even though she admitted to drugging and robbing men, is there any investigation to her? Is there any investigation to her past? Is there any criticism from the left about trafficking, about doing heinous things in her past? No. Doesn't matter. She gets a Happy Meal with the heart on it. The biggest meal corporation. And not only that, this food makes you worse. This is Matrix food. It's meant to keep you dumber and slower, and then you're sadder. It's all part of one thing, man. You think, Andrew, interesting, you think they're ever going to get a Happy Meal? No. They want you to believe in this lie, chat. Thanks for the 5. Danny Boy says, I've been thinking to myself I should actually go get girls. I've been telling myself this is a distraction. I should only get girls once I'm successful, high value, but FOMO on the necessary experience and skills. You shouldn't make it a priority. You shouldn't make it a priority. You need to go work on that muscle, but you have to be very careful now, man. You have to be extremely careful. I've been around a lot of these clout chasey type girls, and it's very apparent that they could switch up if they wanted to and go frame you for some nonsense. Fast says, is there anything to reverse the brainwashing? I see the same mentality with my sister. No, there's no way to reverse it, because even though the truth is out there, they have to desire seeking the truth in order to go and see what's really going on. And they don't want to. They give you a nice world to live in. The blue pill world is nice. If you look at the analogy in the Matrix, the illusion is fun to live in. And even when Neo realizes that everything's lies, like, can I go back? Can I go back? And there was even one character who decides, knowing what the truth is, he just chooses to eat the steak, to live in a world of ignorance, because people like to live in bliss. Ignorance is bliss. If people don't want to change, they never will. You can't force them to believe in anything. Sam says, my buddy last year had 4 cops show up to his house in the middle of the night and jailed him for the weekend over some lies. Luckily, she got charged with false report and domestic abuse. Did she face prison time? I don't think she did. Fast Kitty says, I think this is true because as a young guy, I say that I want to be a masculine man and women laugh at it. Well, Fast Kitty, that's a shit test. As men, the reason that they're laughing at you is not you saying that you want to be a masculine man. It's the fact that you're telling them that. And their natural instinct is to belittle you, is to bring down man. It's a constant shit test. So you need to be capable in every single aspect in order to avoid that, and to avoid the shaming tactics, the insecure claims, to avoid all that. You need to be competent in every single metric of life, or else they're going to try to bring you down. You've seen it when I've debated feminists all the time. They immediately try to shit test me. They immediately try to say, like, is there like who hurt you? Did someone break up with you and now you're... No, I just want to be better. I want to figure out what's really going on. I'm like, is this like toxicism? Constant shaming tactics. So you need to be better every single day, or else you're going to fall behind, because they're just going to laugh at you. The same people who think that men and women are equal, they will constantly try to bring men down. They want you, because they inherently know that we're not equal. Even though they say we're equal, they know we're not. They know that their way of making us equal is by shaming you, is by belittling you, is by emasculating you. And I'm the perfect example of that. You see it every single day. Everybody's trying to bring me down. But I'm mentally strong enough at this point. I'm so accustomed to doing this for years. It doesn't faze me anymore. I'm addicted to improvement. I'm addicted to truth. I'm addicted to...